Hey guys, welcome back to Lick Branch Farm. Today I am down here getting ready to feed these guys, and I got a project going on that I'm gonna share with you. Moo quit. Everybody's a little hungry. Those are the leghorns, the white leghorns that I had up in the barn for a couple weeks. They are 4 weeks old today, and I moved them. Me and Jace moved them down here, I guess Thursday afternoon. Give them a little bit more room. They were starting to fly out of my brooder, and so I moved them down here. We put this temporary fencing up, and moved them down here, give them a little bit more room, scratch and play. All right, I'm coming. These guys are hungry. Hey, you about ready to have a baby? Yeah. She's starting to pull down in her back. You see here? You see across here? See how big she is. And her bag's not completely full. I mean, it's getting there. I had the numbers for 150 days from when she was bred would be May the 5th. So she's gonna go here in the next 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So, settle down there. Moved him and those lavender hens in here to give Daisy some company. Plus, him and Big Red kept fighting to the point to where he was starting to look a little bad. So I moved him in here with his own hens, make him feel more like a man, I guess. All right, guys. So I'm down in the area where the new goat pasture is coming. From the barn to where I'm standing is around 100 feet. Another 40 feet in this direction, then 100 feet back to, well, the stobs on the other side of the bobcat. But yeah, I come home Thursday evening and got on a skid steer and started getting some of these stumps out of the ground. What I want to talk to you guys today is about infrastructure, especially on the farm. Now, when I bought this land, it was raw. There was nothing here. There was a small dirt road, if you want to call it that. It was a skidder trail is what it was. So when they farmed the timber off of this property, they pushed through with the skidder, and that's what they hauled the logs out with. And that's the only road that I had on this property when I bought it. And there was no water, there was no electricity, there was no fencing, there was no gates, there was nothing. It was basically just 20 acres of raw property. And I've had this property for 6 years now. We bought it back in 2015. Matter of fact, we bought it on my grandson's birthday. And since then, we have been working, off and on with adding necessities that we needed for the farm. The first thing we added was a road system. The second thing we added was water. I piped in a county water line from the highway, which is roughly right at 500 feet, and then I branched off of that to my barn another 500 feet. So there's plenty of water line in the ground here. The second thing was electricity, but I had to have something to add electricity to. So I had a 30 by 30 metal building constructed on the hill, and I run electricity to it. I had to have it, had to have the building certified and inspected and all that good stuff, and in order to have a meter base put on it. So now I've got water, I've got power, and to give you kind of a backstory, we sold our house. We lived in a 3,000 square foot house near town, And once both of my kids graduated college and moved off and started families of their own, my wife and I decided that we were going to buy this property here and build a small house. Just me and her. So that's how all this began. And we were clearing this area you see in front of the barn. That's where we're going to build our home. And we lived in that camper for a little over a year. But as fate would have it, the house right at the corner of my land came up for sale last year. And nice brick house, 3 bedrooms. So we purchased that house instead of building one, which I got it for cheap, really cheap. And I've been remodeling that house. That'll be the second house I've remodeled, and the last, I hope. But yeah, we're building it the way we wanted it, and it's coming along nice. I mean, I've took a little time off to do some things down here and get some things planted, but I'm fixing to get back on it. So I said all this to bring you to the point. You know, on our farm, infrastructure is very important in moving forward. Without water, I couldn't have a garden. Without power, I couldn't have freezers to save things that I get out of my garden. And you know, we saved everything on the move in that barn for well over a year to be able to live in that small camper. And you know, I'm grateful that we had the opportunity. It was a little tight, but you know, it allowed us to save some money to be able to afford some other things and move forward with buying the house that we've got now. And when I bought that house, I added acreage to the farm. So, you know, it was a win-win for us. But, you know, on the topic of infrastructure, you hear a lot of people talk about that, and it means different things for different people. You know, in municipalities, infrastructure is water lines and highways and bridges and things of that nature. Things that keep, you know, commerce moving. And here on a farm, infrastructure can mean a lot of things to different people, but the way I see infrastructure, I see it as, like I said, power lines, water lines, and fencing. Fencing for livestock. You know, we want good, strong fences to keep our livestock in and to keep them safe. You know, we don't have, you know, predators like bears and all we have are like bobcats and coyotes and things of that nature. And they're here, you know, you never see them. You hear them, but you never see them. I see the tracks, I see the droppings and things of that nature, but you know, I've never had one that threatened any of my livestock that I know of, or make themselves presence known to the point that it made me feel uncomfortable. But you know, we as humans know when animals get hungry, you know, they'll do just about anything to eat. So you know, that's the reason for putting up fencing. And you know, we kind of put the cart before the horse when we started acquiring goats. You know, we really didn't have room to keep them, and we didn't have anywhere to put them. So the bucks wound up in my chicken coop and have been in there too long. But now we're getting started on this area here. This would be one of 3 pastures for goats, and it will serve double purpose because my leghorns will actually be in here with them, so they can free range here on this pasture. Now, guys, hopefully you can see what what I'm working with. And yeah, true, I could have it hired out and have it done in no time, but if you follow my channel long enough, you'll learn that I'm more of a hands-on kind of person, that I like doing things myself. That way I get what I want, exactly how I want it, and I've always been that way. So as you can see, I still got a pretty good bit to do up here. Not as much as it has been. I mean, I'm on the downhill side of it now. I got to get the saw and cut these trees here down and push all this mess up here. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys kind of a insight to my idea of infrastructure on the farm. You know, we're going to be doing some work on this chicken coop here upcoming. I put this siding on it, the T11 siding, thinking that, you know, I was going to like it. It was going to get painted, and it just never, you know, I've never really liked it. So I think we're going to go back with a board and batten siding, made out of rough cut sawmill lumber. My son has a friend that him and his granddad, they do that on the side, and they've got some beautiful wood. My son did his lean-to on his barn with it, and I like it. It's got a real good look to it. It's got a rough, rustic look to it. That's what I want for this barn. So guys, I'm gonna get out here and get busy. I still got to load that goat up to get him ready to take the sale tonight, and that's gonna be a battle royal, I can promise you that. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, reach over in this right hand corner and click that subscribe button and click the bell notification so you get notified every time I put out a video. Like I said, we're gonna have a lot of stuff coming up here in the near future. We're gonna be doing some fencing. We still got a lot of gardening to do. I got tomatoes to put out. I'm gonna get those out next week. And oh yeah, I did get my first round of sweet corn planted, where I told you I was gonna plant okra, and there's a whole story to that I'll get to probably in the next video. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up, and I don't want you guys to miss any of it. So if you will, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click the bell, and as always guys, I'll see you on the next one.